This is an interesting deal. Okay, some of you will probably quickly react and go, no, it's not, Rich. Well, let me explain something. One thing that I've been kind of like building to do is a video on why I believe in 4-star Ascension with tier 1 Primordial Dust. And it's something that's going to come out at a later date. One thing I have been doing, and I've been talking out a little while without actually kind of putting out a video, and it's just one of these things that's going to take a bit of time, is why I've chosen to try and focus wherever possible to get tier 1 Primordial Dust for the sole purpose of raising my 4-star roster. This is largely to increase and reduce the investment time to farm units in summoner trials. As a non-spending player, like myself and many others of you out there, you've got to try and get to milestones as quickly as possible with arena grinding. Due to my job that I started 4 months ago, it's been something that I haven't really had enough time to do arena grinding, and as well as we've been doing like renovation work to our house, I haven't had a lot of kind of free time. So when I get that free time back, it's of course going to be Battlegrounds, Wheel of Fate, and then whatever questing things going on at the time, and also arena, trying to do those 4 things. Oh yeah, and if we get incursions, yeah, Kabam like to lay on. Oh, and we got that 2-star kind of like special event next month. There's a lot of stuff to do, and there's a lot of expectation from Kabam. I think they put on the player base to try out. Anyway, right? I do want to grind arena a lot more, and that's why I've been kind of doing this kind of like build to get champions ascended. Of course, as I said, to do summoner trials. Now, what's that got to do with this, Rich? Well, it's all part and parcel of stuff. A lot of the time when it comes to MCOC, if you're new to the game or you're a veteran of the game, you'll know that everything has a process. When you rank up a champion, what's the process? You're ranking up to do something. If you are trying to rank up certain champions or get more champions, acquire more, you're either doing something like, I don't know, you're trying to do arena quicker. You're trying to cover more bases in Valiant difficulty. You're trying to do different pieces of content that require you a 7-star because Kabam like to put out very gated base systems. Anyway, my anger aside, this deal. So we've built up the reason for it and the interest of it, and it is actually quite interesting. I don't know if it's interesting from a tier 2 perspective, tier 2 Primordial Dust, but for me, I'm looking at it from a tier 1 Primordial Dust perspective. I'll bring into the situation people that have spent their units to get right to the very end. And this could be maybe beneficial depending on your progression. Kabam gave the indication from the in-game, excuse me, hiccups, that this was progression based. But I don't know if that's actually the case. God, I like hiccups all of a sudden. So I saw this really interesting thread and I thought, let's have a little bit more look into the kind of like value of stuff. And there are some people that have actually bought it. And it is actually not too bad on unit-based investment. You know, Top Roller says here, best deal ever, brings my total 40 to 46 ascended maxed 4-star champs. Okay, that is interesting. How many units? How many units? About 250, all up for 350 dust. Now, I can't remember if it's 50 per time to ascend, which again would give 7 champions to ascend. And, you know, Sir Games Bond says, yes, that's reasonable, 7 ascensions. Only seen one offer 37, and again, that's where things kind of like expand. There's kind of like the more you buy, the more you get type thing. And as Average Desi says, yes, you get 2, right? 2 more, sorry. And is this the last one I get to buy, or is there one more after this? And you can see that 110 units for what is 200 tier 1 Primordial Dust. That's it. Don't do what I did. I tapped too fast after initial purchase, thinking it would put me back into the tier 1 offer chain. Nope, it was the tier 2 and burned units for nothing. So that's a bit of a forewarning there. And yeah, the tier 1 deal is good. And that's just the way to kind of look at it. I'm sure there'll be people out there that would go like, I'm not spending my units on tier 1 dust. And fair cop, I'm not actually going to be spending my units. I'm too close, ridiculously close. If you remember on Saturday's video, I mentioned that I was because of the reason I'm not 100%ing 9.2, or the reason I'm not completing 9.2 to get the exploration off it, is because I'm waiting to next week when the July 4th deals drop, or the Heatwave deals drop, and I can find out how many units it's going to cost to get a rank for 7-star of materials. Now, if it's less than 10,000, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to 100% 9.2, say no to the offer, and get something from July 4th deals. If it's a case that it's going to cost me, I don't know, 18,000 units to get a rank 4 7-star, then guess what? I save 8,000 units. Well, I don't even have 8,000 units, but I can, for 10,000 units, get a better deal by getting the exploration bundle from 9.2. Now, that's something I did point out last month when it dropped, why I would wait for 9.2. That's why I would wait for to 100% 9.2 or explore 9.2 or complete 9.2. It's because I'm trying to make sure I'm getting good value for, not money because I don't spend in game, but good value for my units that I farmed for free. But I will have to, between whatever happens, go and farm ridiculous amount of units for what is it, Cyber Weekend deals or Banquet Event 2025. Which I'm a bit hesitant to do, but hey, there we go. It is what it is. Time is a factor. Anyway, yes. So that's the whole kind of like reason that I believe in the 4-star Ascension, and why it's important to me to kind of like ascend a lot of these 4 stars to just amplify them a lot more and make them of value to farm quicker, farm more effectively and efficiently in some of the trials. And I haven't had enough time to create a video to kind of like showcase that and why I find it's important. But this is where it goes back to investing into a 4-star roster. The only reason it's worth doing early on is the latter game, Summoner Trials. You get the most frequent amount of units per milestone grind into about 2 mil, and the amount of units you get from it is so advantageous that you're able to kind of like, just kind of get units with the greatest of ease. And that's what I've used for years, and it's been effective when I've been able to do arena. At the moment, it's just not happening. So yes, go and pick up that deal if you think it's going to be advantageous to you. If not, save your units. It depends if you can part with little amount of units or more than the amount of units, and the extent of units that's being spent. I'd put it down to you, like if you actually want to spend any units whatsoever or save for about 250 units. Sorry, I kind of like went off in a moment then. 250 all up for 350 dust, 7 ascensions. It's not bad for 250 units, but it's whether or not you can get 250. You have the time to farm 250 units. And just out of curiosity, just to kind of clear something up, you will largely get that back if you farm what is it? 9? Is it 9 super dailies in a row? So if you are looking to get like a return, or find out when you can return back from 250 units, 9 times 30, 9 days. Within 9 days, you will pay that back for free. So invest in it if you want. Yes, the tier 2 one is there. I don't know if I kind of like overly recommend that based on the volume, but you may want tier 2. Hey, go and get tier 2 Primordial Dust if you see fit. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks very muching for watching, and I'll see you soon. Check out some other content. Support the channel. Bye.